Hello America, hello world, hello YouTube, hello Red Brick people. Um, this is a little video I'm going to produce on the hip. No rehearsal, but I'm going to start by saying this. I got a little information out ahead of time, but last night I was trying to use StreamYard to and YouTube to try to talk about the lost history of Earth in this video from biblical reality. Well, the audio, they turned to Mickey Mouse. I don't know why they did it. I checked the software here, everything was fine. So I just let it play for a while and seen if anyone would show up in the chat, and nobody was showing up, so I'm shadow banned pretty good, but by the grace of God, someone came by, and the channel person's name of their channel was called Miss Manners. Miss Manners said enough to me to inspire me to create this video. Not only did she inspire me, but it shows me in my own mind's eye that God uses all things to help master clay. He used Miss Manners to help correct me in many ways, and I want to thank Miss Manners for stopping by. What little you said, which with great wisdom, moved me. Another gentleman who moved me to open my mind's eye was Captain Kirk. And what we're going to do, we're going to look at Captain Kirk's video right here, a portion of it. And I want to say it opened my mind's eye, and I'll share with what my thoughts are in regard to the moon and the earth and what we're seeing when we look at the earth. So here, we're going to play this real quick from Captain Kirk. "1903. There's the rabbit playing the drums. Get in the rabbit hole. So get in the rabbit hole with me. Let's watch this here real quick. It's funny how all things work for the greater good of those who love God. God says if someone doesn't believe in God, he's a fool. So it's pretty easy to find out who the fools of this earth are. 80% of Europe today is secular, and they used to believe. What happened? Well, they were tricked. So we're going to show you some of the trickery. And the television is one. But they have a Bible that they believe in that's anti-God, that they feel that they have to show you the truth. Even if it's a half-truth, they have to show you. Okay? So they're going to get ready to show us something here. What are they showing you? They're showing you the face of the moon. Okay, they're showing you the face of the moon. And why are they doing that? To let you understand what you're seeing. Okay? The image that you're seeing on the moon is fixed in time and will not change. You'll see it's always the same. And if you really study the moon, you'll see there's two images cast on the moon. One of this earth, and number two, the X-ray image of our veil over top of us. Okay, so we'll stop that real quick. We'll just go back here to show you what I was talking about right here. Bam. Okay, so they're showing you that there. So we'll close that. I'll leave you a link. You can watch the whole thing. Great video. Thanks for that, Captain Kirk. It opened my mind to see what the deceivers, the controllers, are trying to tell us there in 1903. Okay, it wasn't so long ago in the past that everything happened. Like I don't know exact timeline, and I don't want to assume that. So anyway, but I'll say this: God says He'll use the foolish things of the earth to confound the wise. Well, this fool here has been confounding the wise, and they take down videos when I tell on them. So who can't handle the truth is those people who produce movies, those people who deceive us. They can't handle the truth as we uncover all the half-truths that they've shown us. So we'll ice that here, and we'll look at this model here that New York Times presents through our NASA program and these goofballs and this fake science they give you. They give you the flip side of the earth to, and here's what they'll say. Look, you see that image here? And they flip it and so forth. And here's their verbatim. Most of the world's maps you've seen in your life are past their prime. The Mercator was devised by a Flemish cartographer in 1569. The Winkel triple, the map style favored by National Geographic, dates to 1921. Dix-Maxian map, hyped by the architect Buckminster Fuller, debuted in 1943 issue of Life magazine. Enter a brash new world map vying for global domination. Like sports, the map-making games sometimes grow stale when top competitors are struck on the same old strategy. Not only that, but they're dumbed down, and they're controlled of what they can give to the world and us, the masses, to understand. So, where was I? Got a astrophysicist at Princeton who had previously mapped the entire universe. Nobody mapped the entire universe. That's more gobbledygook they give you. So they're debunked already. This is debunked already, what they're trying to give you here. But then along comes an innovator. Think Stephen Curry of Golden State Warriors splashing three-pointers from areas of the court the rest of basketball hadn't thought were worth guarding. We were sort of reaching the limit of what we could do, Dr. Gott said. If you wanted any significant breakthrough, you had to use a new idea. Dr. Gott's version of Steve Curry's weight you could shoot from here, there, 3, use the back of the page, 2, make the world map double-sided circle like a vinyl record. You could put the northern hemisphere on the top side and the southern hemisphere on the bottom, or vice versa. Or to put it differently, you could deflate the 3D Earth into 2 dimensions, and if you did, you could blow the accuracy of previous maps out of the water. Okay? Yes, indeed. That's what they'll tell you. And now I'm going to tell you what I believe. Okay? Now, you've seen that, and now we're going to go here, and you see a flat Earth image. Now, how big is the moon? Okay? Now, here's the moon, and here's the Earth. How big is the moon? This one is an easy approximation to remember. It's about 1/4 the size of Earth. Specifically, it's 27% in diameter. Okay, that's what they tell you. Okay, the moon is as wide as the United States and so forth, and they give you a bunch of stuff. Okay, they're full of whatever they give you. It doesn't make no sense. Okay, what I'm going to tell you makes a little bit more sense. Okay, here's what happened, folks. Now, you look, and here's your moon. And what is it reflecting, folks? This is the lost history of Earth. Okay, from biblical reality. I'll leave a link in the description box. It's a long video. It's 5 hours long. Watch it in segments. It's worth the watch. It's what we in the red brick community are talking about. This world has been melted. Now, everybody's looking, because we were on a grid indeed. This whole realm was gridded out. And something occurred. Well, I'm going to tell you what occurred. First, we'll go back in the past and realize that God made 2 lights, the sun and the moon. The sun, the greater light, and the moon, the lesser light. How lesser, after the cataclysmic thing occurred, is more evident today. Because what you're seeing here is, when God melted this earth, because it was gridded out, and they were mounting up, trying to be like God, okay? And they were terrorizing man, okay? Because on this earth were, they had watchers, and the watchers had sex with daughters of men, and their offsprings were giants. And you see there's big buildings, and all the mountains are buildings that have been melted. So it gives you more conclusive evidence there is big man here. Okay, giants. And not only that, but all over we have these what we call fairy tale stories about Paul Bunyan, and we have a Paul Bunyan fair here in our own community and so forth. They kind of iced it for the last couple of years because it just invokes thoughts that what I'm trying to tell you is more relevant than fake NASA. And NASA means to deceive, by the way. So, Psalm 46 said God melted this world. So, in this meltification, what happened? Okay, here's the lesser light, the moon. Okay, and it's a plasma. It's a plasma ball. It's okay. And what occurred is when God melted this earth, wham! It got so hot that it cracked our veil, and as a result of the veil, it cast the image onto the plasma ball. How I don't know. See, but that's what you're seeing. What you're seeing is Earth right here. And they'll even say, well, this one chunk of land is missing. It's not there. They give it names and so forth. Mu. But a gentleman in Japan has discovered it. It's underwater still. Okay? So, just by capturing that now and understand it's underwater, there's that one chunk of land mass that's missing that we say, well, it can't be the image of ourselves. But indeed it is, because it's underwater still, and there's much more underwater still as well. But that image that you're seeing on the moon was cast a long time ago when this earth was melted and it split our veil. Because you get two, you see here, you see the top of this bright ray of light here. That's when the explosion down from this realm came up and hit your firmament, your dome, and it cast the second image upon this plasma ball. So that's what you're seeing when you look at the moon. You're seeing two images of the past. God says, I will show you signs and wonders in the sky. But you can't even look up to see you being chemtrailed every day. They give you all this global warming and all that. Let me tell you, folks, there's a group of monsters who are manipulating our weather that want to block the sun. Who are the sun blockers? Who wants to do that? Do your own legwork. It's the same people who want to put masks on you. Them same goofballs. And I'm saying, take the mask off and let's find those people who are hiding behind masks. Like one guy, for example, we'll see, he wants to give you software and block the sun and be this goofball in the world, and he's insane. Okay? He has a woman, but it's not a woman. It's a man with a mask on. Mask again. They're masqueraders. They're thespians. So, if you start opening your eye to that, you'll start seeing that what I'm telling you is the absolute truth. That this moon right here that you're seeing is indeed a double image of what occurred not so long ago, and they hide it over and over. So that's some food for thought. I'm going to do a much more extensive video on this. I think that gives you a pretty good analogy. Call it what you will. I know that I am on point because God moves me, and He uses the foolish things of this earth to confound me, a fool, who thought he was wise, to see that God is going to use this fool to confound the wise. And I certainly do, because they take down videos when I tell the truth. I say it in a nice demeanor with no cussing or whatnot, and they will take it down because it hurts them. So there's a quick analogy to show you that NASA is a deceiver. The word itself means to deceive. That organization needs to be shut down, and we need to get some real men and women and start implementing real laws to get these people locked up and tried for deceiving the world. And that's what they've been doing over and over and over, and they use the same recipe, folks, over and over and over. All the wars, everything that you see is a direct result of people trying to get power, and that power is energy. And here's what you'll notice too. All over this realm, you will see that beautiful construction. Okay? Now, the cross. Okay? There's the cross. They use a symbol of the Nazi symbol, and it's not. That's the wheels in the sky keep turning. They go counterclockwise. If you look up and you get a camera, you'll see that. You'll look all over this realm as well, and you'll see that there was buildings everywhere. And what you see here is you had a resonator to create energy. And you see, how about the horseshoe magnet, for example? The horseshoe magnet, let's see if I can find that there. Watch the whole video. I don't want to reiterate what this guy's already showing you, but just some of this images you see here is some of the things that occur as a result of building infrastructure collapsing and so forth, them wrecking the evidence of the past. So you don't know what the truth is. All the buildings in the United States, for example, all the capitals in the United States were inherited. They were already here. You can go visit them and see that cataclysmic things happen, and here's more evidence of it all over this earth. Not just some parts of this earth, everywhere. This building could be in Pontiac, that building could be in Pontiac or Afghanistan or India or England or Canada or China. All over the same. You see what happened, folks? There was that cataclysmic thing of a meltdown happen, Psalm 46. Busted our veil. On the other side of our veil is water, and wham, it floods out everything that happened and moves buildings all around and so forth. But the vibration was so powerful in regard to the electrical discharge of melting this earth that it made things sink. It made the earth like liquid, if you will, through vibrations, and we can prove that today through science, even our goobly gop science. So there's some more evidence. They used resonant sound for vibration from the ether to gather electricity all over. This whole realm was gridded out, folks. The tunnels and caves that they call tunnels and caves are melted infrastructure that we go into and give a false narrative about. All these fake churches up in these buildings of the past that God said, I'll leave you homes you didn't build. Somebody has lied and cheated to us about all that. And I'm here to tell you and those wisecrackers to confound them that they've been doing nothing but lying. So, I urge you all to do your own research. Climb on board with the red bricks for Christ, because there's the answer, folks. You can do nothing aside from God. God used a fool in my life by the name of Jerry DeCamp to first open the door into the thoughts that I am sharing with you right now. 2019, Jerry DeCamp said to me, all the mountains are melted buildings. And I said, what kind of fool is this? Well, let me tell you, that fool is 100% correct. And I want to thank Jerry DeCamp for his diligent work. Just like everybody, he too can change his demeanor a little bit. And although we do need a little raw, but he can tone it down a little so he doesn't throw everybody away from what the truth is. Now, you go back in the past, and there was some cat, I can't remember his name, you could look it up yourself, maybe his name was Moses or something, I forget, not in the Bible, but some other character. He gave you a narrative that the moon is a plasma ball. Okay, so he shares with a plasma ball, but you can land on the other planets, he said. So you got a half-truth. The moon is a plasma ball, and why he did that, because he knew and he's in the Masonic Club. So later they knew they were going to debunk that with the false scenario of landing on this plasma ball. So it debunks what he said it's plasma, because they indeed landed on it, which they never did, and they can't. And how do I know that? Because they're not going to go back there, and they can't. And they hire dumb people like Don Petit to try to convince the world that they lost the technology, lost all the footage. They can't get back to the moon because it's too arduous of a task, too hard to get back, and now they're going to go to Mars. So, if you can wrap that around your head, you see what I just said is the truth. And there you see the wheels in the sky keep turning. Okay? Now, NASA compared to just a backyard astronomer. The backyard astronomers with cameras, Nikons, and telescopes are giving you better imagery of stars and our moon than NASA is. See, folks, because they do nothing but try to hide the truth from you. So, do your own legwork. Don't believe what I say. Use it for food for thought, and think for yourself. And you look up at the moon and you say, why is it always the same? And if we're spinning, why wouldn't that change? Why wouldn't you see different images of the moon? They'll give you one goobly-gop story, but I just told you a little bit of what I believe is 100% conclusive evidence that you're seeing two images cast upon the moon of what occurred in time. And we are in a big clock, if you will, okay? And we're on the precipice of entering the age of Aquarius. And you do a little studying in regard to the timelines, and they knew that better than we do in the past, and they hide that from us today. Now, in our present, and they're already working on our future with more goobly-gop maps like this, folks. See? So, there's the absolute truth. The goobly-gop maps of the past and what they're trying to offer you today is goobly-gop. There, if you get both sides and you put it in that image, because that's all they want to give you, you will see that's what you're seeing when you look at our moon. Period. So there it is. Quick little video. What you're seeing is yourself, just like we seen in Captain Kirk's video. So that's a quick one from Chief Joseph Domain, Black Mirror Walker. Thank you. Please like, share, and subscribe. And we need some thinkers. Kissinger and those group of losers in the world said we don't need thinkers in America, we need workers. I beg to differ. We need thinkers, and we will take those people who say we don't need thinkers and give them appropriate measures. And I say trial and then lock them up for deceiving the world. So there it is. Red bricks in your face. Have a beautiful day. And remember this. Whatever you are, whatever you believe in the Word of God it says, love your neighbor like you love yourself, and you can fulfill all the commandments every day. So, like me, to the rest, whoever else is out there lukewarm, allowing God to mash your clay, love your neighbor like you love yourself. Listen, think, don't let the tricksters trick you no more. Peace. Peace to all of you. Love your neighbor like you love yourself. Red bricks.